And she got the house for Carmen because Carmen didn't have no place to stay, right? And Carmen was staying in the basement at Karina and her wife's house with the kids. And the kids was like, Mommy, how much longer is Carmen going to be around? So when they had went on a cruise and stuff, that was for them to start talking about, you know, how to separate and how to get you in your own place and all this. So Karina said, I'm going to go and get the house for you. And they had a verbal agreement that Carmen was going to pay Karina back for the down payment on the house because Carmen had the cash, but she didn't have the credit for a mortgage, which makes sense. Okay, so before y'all start going crazy, that makes sense. Like I have the cash, I have the credit score, but I don't have like W-2s and all that to prove that I make what I make. So I'm in this really weird spot where if I want a house, financing is going to be pretty much very difficult for me to get, right? So everything I do, I got to pay cash in because a bank is just not going to finance me. And not for nothing, I don't even want to pay interest anymore on loans. So it's a waste of money for me to buy, you know, to get a mortgage or get a loan. Anyway, so they got the house, and this is when they were trying to, like, this is around when I had surgery. So this is like back in November. They was trying to like work it out, but it just wasn't. And then Karina was upset because she wanted to sell. All Karina want to do is sell seasonings. That's it. She want to sell seasonings. Carmen want to put the people on the thing, put Tay on stuff, and that started to fuck up the money from Karina's standpoint. So Karina was like, something got to be done. Now, apparently, the change in the business name and the taking Carmen off of the seasonings was in the works. It was already planned. Like this wasn't like something that was new. It was like they had already talked about it. Carmen made it seem like Karina was being a snake when Carmen was like, yeah, she want to change the name and take my face off. But apparently Carmen had already agreed to it. So whatever the case is, it is what it is. So they're in the house. Now, Karina is saying that she just want Carmen gone. So whatever she got to do to get rid of Carmen, she going to do it. So what happened was, the house was Karina's house. It was ours. But what she did was, in good faith with her friend, is she put Carmen on the deed. So now it's Carmen and Karina's house, 50-50. I kind of know why she did that, right? Not for nothing, it's a boss move that most people don't understand. It's a stupid ass boss move, but it's still a boss move nonetheless. Why are you telling us what Karina told you in secret? Because I don't care no more. And you ain't gotta listen. So if it's bothering you, click off. So this is what I take from it. Okay? This is what I take from it. What I take from it is that Karina did this for Carmen to secure the bag for Karina, right? So when Carmen used words like she a snake, I can kind of see it, right? Karina was willing to buy a $500,000 house to help Carmen, basically to keep Carmen in check so that Carmen could still work the business, and it makes sense in the long run, right? So I get it. Carmen is at a disadvantage. Karina needs to pull the reins in, and then this is the best option that she came up with. But here's how it backfired. So it backfired because Carmen is at the point now where Carmen's like, I don't even want to be in the business no more. Carmen literally told Karina, I don't want to do this anymore. So now that she don't want to do this, what you do with the house? So remember, they both own the house. So they both got to sign off on paperwork. Well, they was going to sell the house, and there was a cash offer. Y'all remember when the housing market was amazing? 90% of what Darius is saying, Karina said on the video he did with her. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So this is when the housing market was amazing, right? That's like when I sold my house and made $300,000 cash. The housing market was beautiful. So what happened was they had a cash offer on the house. And I think it was like the offer was like either at asking or like slightly above. Well, Carmen basically said no, right? At like the 11th hour, they had a deal. Carmen, dug her heels in and was like, nope, I'm not signing off on it. So they lost the deal, right? So Karina was getting ready to sue Carmen for, all of the relief and all that. And all she wanted was for her to sign off on the paperwork so that the house can go back to Karina's name 100%. So she eventually did that with the caveat that she would give her $150,000. That's the settlement amount. That was the settlement between, there's 90,000 in there somewhere. Hold on one second. So the 90,000, Carmen has moved on. These folks gonna talk about Carmen until there's no more Carmen. I know, you ain't gotta be here. See you later, Keandra. All right, we'll take care. So, listen, so it was $90,000. I think the 90,000, that was the down payment on the house, right? So the 90 was a down payment that Karina fronted that Carmen said she would pay her back on. And Carmen did pay her back on the down payment, right? But then she ended up giving her the 150 as a total buyout. So if you remember, okay, just follow the bouncing ball. If you remember when Carmen and Tay, they were in New York with the fur coats and all that. They were in New York with the fur coats. Carmen had a wad of cash. That's where she got the money from. She got the money from the sell of the house and then the buyout from the business. So that was her $150K that she had. But that was like November. Okay. This is April. As best I know, there's not been any more payments. As best I know, Fashion Week, exactly. As best I know, the business is not as successful as it once was. I mean, it's a damaged brand at this point, and it's hard to rebuild trust and all that, especially seeing sort of what's going on. So that's where she got the original money from, but that was in November, and unfortunately, if they weren't as like on live stream every day, all day, we probably wouldn't be able to know any of this. You know what I'm saying? But because they go live all the time, you don't have any other income coming in. Like, you're not making money from any place else. And this is what I find to be so disturbing is that, I mean, I don't know if I Got You Seasonings was a $1 million brand, but I do know that it was multi six figures. That much I know. I wouldn't probably put it at $1 million, but a good 700,000-800,000. Absolutely. I mean, the night a couple of years ago when we live streamed together, I think I made about $65K that night, and they made about $30K that night. So they had the potential for this business to really be amazing. Honestly, the two of them together, the powerhouse, would have been like a powerhouse couple, the two of them, if they would have continued on together. But I think by Carmen wanting to bring in those other guys, like she want to bring in Tay and all that, it becomes a problem. Okay, Karina does want to rebrand QVC and Walmart. We actually had a conversation about that, right? She does want to rebrand, but here's the problem. I don't know if, she's a businesswoman in her own right. It is what it is, right? Here's the reality, though. The reality is that if you go to QVC, like I've been approached about QVC, HSN, I've been approached about retail. The problem is that when you get approached with retail, it's a retail contract, number one. So your average, like the order of each individual unit, the problem that you have is that you have to now fall in line with market value, right? So garlic pepper or garlic powder or onion lovers or whatever you got, when you go to the store and you buy, like a McCormick, the most you'll pay for something like that is maybe $7, right? That's the most you'll pay. And your brand ain't even like a McCormick brand. So really you're gonna have to probably charge around, between $4 and $5. If you charge between $4 and $5 per individual unit, what ends up coming to your pocket after you get done paying with distribution and operations and store placement and marketing and, bulk discount prices, by the time you get done paying for all that, you're making maybe $1 per item, right? Like maybe you're making $1 per item. I mean, you really got to be pushing a lot of product to really make up for that $1, right? So you're going to get $1 per product. And let's just be generous. Okay, let's call it $2 because somebody might say, "Oh, Darius, you just okay." Let's just be conservative. Let's call it $2 per unit, right? So for each onion lovers you sell, you make $2. When you sell it on social media, you make $10 per bottle, right? So we're already now selling 80% less than what we would make selling online. First and foremost, 80% less already, okay? Then you have to factor in how many do you actually have to push in a Walmart, a QVC, a Kroger, in order to even come make even, come to zero. Forget drawing a profit. What do I do to even break even? It just doesn't make good financial sense, in my opinion. It's nice to say you did that, but then also you have to realize with distribution and placement contracts, whatever you don't sell, you owe the store back, FYI. So Kroger will buy from you. Kroger will place, whatever the case may be. They'll do all that. Kroger will then go back and do some accounting and some analysis and say, how much product did we buy from you? How much product did not sell? What did we advance you? Here's what you owe us back. Write us our check. And then take your stuff off our shelves. So that's why, can we talk? That's why some of your favorite brands, small business brands, are not in Target anymore. I'm not saying any names or pointing any people out, but I've heard this throughout the years. We can talk about it. Cause by Nature, whom I love. I love Pam. I have Cause by Nature in the bathroom or over there. I was using it last night. I love it, right? But if it don't sell and it don't do good in the store, you got to pay them back. You got to pay Target back. You got to pay Walmart back. That's why people be like, do you want to be in stores? No, I don't, because I can't sell no skillet for no $109 in no Walmart. No, I don't want to be in the store. I don't. Darius, why don't you sell seasonings? Why would I sell seasonings when I'm only going to make $10 per seasoning? By the time I get done, what profit from that is probably $8. No, not even that. $6 per seasoning. When I can sell you one skillet I can sell for $109, give you a discount code, you pay $60 for it. I'm still making 500% profit on each skillet I sell, selling it at a discount. So no, it don't make sense. So I don't know where Carmen got money coming from, because without money online, and I'm telling you, you ain't making the kind of money, the kind of online money. You ain't making the kind of e-commerce money. You ain't making that on social media. I don't care how many donations you got going in. I don't care how many people you got. I don't care. I don't care. Even Super said they put her in the hole. Yeah, put you in the hole all the time. Yeah, put you in the hole. It ain't smart. Especially if you got your own e-commerce. That's why people like, that's why I can't get with certain people, certain brands that want to partner with me, want to get me. I can't, because it don't make good financial sense. I just flipped a beef into $700,000. You can't do that no place else. It don't happen. You can say, okay, I'm gonna go get a job, work a job. You can work a job. You're not gonna make $700,000 in 1 month making a job. It's not gonna happen. It's no other place you can do this besides being an entrepreneur, besides selling a product, selling a service, and really it's selling a product. Because service, you got to extend yourself. Unless you got digital product but still a product. Go back to a product. It always goes back to a product. Bruh. No, I'm not interested in reality TV. I ain't interested in none of that. For what? It's people out here on reality TV. It's people out here trying to push their stuff, making more followers than me, making less money. That's it. Yeah, remind you again how I'm hating. Exactly. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Remind us again, how am I hating on your comment? Exactly. You can't do that no place else. So, I can tell you for a fact that the level of money she was making in I Got You, she ain't making that no place else. So, and no doubt, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Just think about it for a second. And think about it on your level. I'm going to try to tell you on her level, but that's hard for a lot of people to understand. You're at a point where you're making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, right? And I don't know all her financial stuff, but I'm confident to say that I know there's some points in her business with the I Got You season, especially the height of when she was cooking online and making that stuff for y'all. She was probably pulling between $20,000 and $40,000 a month in revenue, right? You get used to that. So then what happens when all of a sudden now you're not doing that no more? You know what I'm saying? And that 20, because not for nothing, when you're making 20, 40K a month, your worries are a little different. Your mindset's a little different. You know, you ain't really worried about the light bill, the gas bill, the putting gas in the car, what food. You ain't worried about that. Just like some of y'all, okay, let me give you an example. Some of y'all, let me boil down your lane. Some of y'all do really good in life. Some of y'all are, if you're not at six figures, you close to it. You 85, 95K, probably with a bonus, and this and the third, you 105, 110, right? Some of y'all do really well at work and in life and in your finances. Imagine if your salary was cut in half at your current job, right? Imagine if you're still doing the same amount of work and boom, all of a sudden now your monthly salary is completely cut in half. What do you do now, right? How does that make you feel, inside? Wouldn't that give you a bit of anxiety or a bit of depression? Or wouldn't that give you a bit of, wouldn't that just do something to your psyche where you're like, oh God, I got to do this and I got to change this and whatever the case may be. The same thing, no doubt, goes on with Carmen. The fear, I guess, or the big picture to look at is that the only difference is now she's living her life in front of everybody else. So everybody else can see exactly what's going on. And that becomes difficult, especially if you don't know how to deal with transparency. You don't know how to deal with being 100% authentic. It could be pretty difficult to handle, right? So I can only imagine the mental struggle that she's having by not even generating the same level of income that she once was generating, right? And if the person that you are with is into you partially because of your ability to do that, and then you stop doing that, what other issues are now arising as a result? Because the same thing you do to get me is what you got to do to keep me. So it becomes a struggle. And then now you're talking about, this is not like somebody I'm dating. This is not like, okay, this isn't working out anymore, I can walk away. That's not what this is. This is till death do us part, right? And so everything we do, we now have to do this on the public stage. On the public stage, that becomes tough. Very, very, very tough to do, tough to deal with, tough to process. So, I mean, I can only imagine what is going through her mind. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Let me send this email out. It's 12:30. I'm on the phone with y'all. I forgot to send my email for the Dining with Darius Cooks. They're gonna be like, Darius, it's 12 o'clock. We ain't got no address information. Let me get it to them right now because I don't want no issues and no problem. Hold on, y'all. Today is a Monday. Copy. Hold on, I'll talk to y'all in 1 second. I do my real job. Okay. Boy, they be sending me messages. I want to make sure I didn't get the stuff for the night. I gotta make sure did I miss it? No, I didn't send it yet. All right, I just sent it. Bam, sent. Yeah, man, no doubt she going through. You know, again, like I said, I can only imagine what's happening with her. I mean, I can only imagine what's happening with her, but I know it's got to be tough to be in that particular situation and going through that shit. Am I cooking this week? I'm gonna try to cook this week. Do they have a house? So, back with Karina, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Tay has a house in Houston, in my neighborhood, believe it or not. It's in my neighborhood. We in the same zip code, okay? Me, Tay, and Carmen in the same zip code. In fact, my HEB is her HEB. Okay? Anyway, Tay has a house in Houston that she has a mortgage on, and they live there, from what I understand. It's a nice house. It's a nice house, but that's where she lives. We ain't having no cookout. No, thank you. We's not having no cookout. Okay? I ain't never there now, but I will be soon. I'm there all the time. At my house that I bought almost 3 years ago. Thank you. A weenie roast. Y'all a mess. Yeah, girl, they ain't working. They ain't got no money like that. When Carmen was under the bridges feeding the homeless, it was a front. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it was a front because I don't know it to be a front. For real. But I do know a lot of what she does is for public consumption. It's for people to see. A lot of what she does is for stop over for crepes. For people to see. So I don't know if it was I'm doing this for the love of it. I mean, I would have to think that throughout her time feeding the homeless, some of that has been real. I can't see why some of that would not be real. I just think that the translation of doing it for camera comes off kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't be so prompt to show me doing volunteer work like that, because then it reads insincere. But we're talking about Carmen. We're talking about logic and common sense, and not for nothing, she can barely put together a sentence. Well, I think people were donating at some point. Tay is starting a perfume line. Your thoughts? She should do something. She should do something. Yeah. They need to make money. You have 2 adults with no job. They have to do something. Yes, I think that is smart. While you have an audience, monetize the audience. You need to do something. You call my name all you want to stop me when I lied. You can call my name all you want to stop me when I'm telling you a lie. Call my name every day, all day. Darius, yes, call me out, but stop me when I'm lying. You're expecting common sense from somebody who can't even articulate their feelings. What is wrong with that? Why do you think I'm not lying about that? Y'all, did y'all forget? Hold on one second. Did y'all forget that this is the same woman who was sitting online trying to tell us what was going on with Karina and we couldn't understand what was going on? Was this the same? Did y'all forget? Or were we the same people that were sitting up here watching her try to explain what was going on the thing with Tracy from Mama's Comfort Cooking, and we couldn't understand nothing that thing was saying. What was y'all? Is this the same audience? Or was none of y'all there? Because I was there and some of y'all was there, and we still couldn't understand nothing the hell she was saying. So how is you laughing at me for saying the same? This is what happened. This is what happened. We literally were trying to listen to her tell the story, and she couldn't stay on track. She kept bouncing, going here, going there. We know what she was saying. We couldn't understand shit. What's going on? Okay, I'm gonna say, because did y'all forget? Because y'all looking at me like I'm crazy, as if y'all wasn't there. Because we was there together. I was there, and I know I synced there. Cassandra, you're saying what we're thinking. And is. Okay. Is Tracy and her still friends? Are Tracy? I don't know. I don't talk to nobody. Especially other food content creators. Only person I'm cool with is Erica Barrett. Well, they restaurateurs. The restaurateurs I'm cool with. But the food content creators, I'm in my own world. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not upset at nobody. I want everybody to do well. I wish everybody luck. I want everybody product to sell. I want everybody book to sell. I want everybody tour to sell out. That's it. Okay? I'm over here minding my own business. I don't know who friends with who. I can tell you who my friends are. Okay? Am I cool with Tracy? I got a phone number. We cool. Do we shoot marbles? No. All right? I wish her well. I ain't saying nothing bad about, nothing negative about her. It ain't that. It ain't for me. All right? She got her people. Y'all go watch her make her stuff. Avoid drama is my name. Avoid it, but I talk too much. Oh, me and Aisha cool. Yep. I love Aisha. But that's because we probably two of the oldest ones out here. We ain't got time for all this stuff. She got stuff going on. I got stuff. She over there cooking for the church. Child, let her cook for the church. I'm over here trying to get this app launched. Okay, let me do my app. All right, that's it. That's it. But I'm not jealous of her. She don't have nothing for me jealous of or envious. I wish her the best. I do. I don't even know who Maybay is. Only way I heard of Maybay was from Carmen. That thing told me, she said, you gotta, we gotta go to Maybay house. I said, girl, I'm not going to Maybay. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Maybay. I'm not gonna go to nobody's house. That's what stuff be happening. Okay? At people's house. I don't know you. And everybody don't keep house the same way. Some people's houses be nasty. I'm not doing that. I don't know Maybay over like that. I'm not gonna go to your house. I'm not gonna. Funny how all these Darius haters are now attempting to emulate things you have done. Teeth, lipo, tummy tucks, dinner parties. Come on, Felicia, call it out. Call it out. I mean, not for nothing. I'm a vibe. I get that. I understand that. I know that's why I'm a threat to so many people. But I'm a vibe. And you know what? A lot of what I do not make sense at first. It don't. A lot of what I do not make sense at first. And then what happens is the people start looking and they start going, he a mess. Let me tell you what I remember. All those chefs got on that Clubhouse and they had a whole conversation. I'm going to pop my shit for a second. I normally don't do this, but you know I don't give two shits no more. Them chefs got on that Clubhouse. I think Tobias was on there. I know Chef Tyler Thomas was on there, little dark-skinned chef from Atlanta. He was on there. He was leading the conversation, I want to say, okay? And the conversation was, is Darius Cooks going about it the wrong way or something like that? Like, I was the whole topic for a minute amongst a lot of people in the chef community, in the cooking community, right? But let me tell you what God does not forget. Your faithfulness. You was in the room, Brenton? Thank you. He does not forget your faithfulness. All them people that talked about me struggling. I'm not here to gloat on somebody else's disenfranchisement. However, last I looked up, Tyler was over there trying to run his new restaurant in Atlanta, asking people to come out and please support. Please come by, crab. I'm out here. It's hard out here. And one thing you don't know, because I ain't never told you this, but I don't give a shit no more. I went to Tyler when I was getting ready to do Dining with Darius Cooks mini tour. And I said, bro, I'm going to do a mini tour. I'm looking for some chefs that want to work with me. I see you out here in these. He came back to me and he told me, yep, he would do it for $150,000 a year. He told me he would do it for $150,000 a year. Now he's online begging people to come support a restaurant that he partnered at, selling takeout restaurant selling crab. Let me tell you something. All the people that had something to say are now sitting back going, how did he do this? And now they come back around talking about I've always been a fan. Please do me a favor. Keep that same energy. I don't want it around. That's all I'm going to say. That same energy, that same, machismo attitude, save it. I wish you nothing but the best in life. I'm going to stay in my little corner of the internet. Oh, yeah. I know they be in these comments. I know they be. You should have seen them in that clubhouse, bruh. Or they was weighing me out. Female chefs, too. The female chefs was in there. The male chefs was in there. Oh, boy. They was weighing me out. They weren't weighing me out, though. It was hard to listen to. It was very hard to listen to. And some of it didn't even make sense. Like, one of the things they were saying was like, it's all these people saying he don't pay his employees. But how come nobody ever said, did they go file a claim with the state? Now, you do recall that there was a call to the... See, y'all forget stuff too easy for me. You see, y'all forget